What is up, everybody? I am back again. Hello. We got it rolling, I believe. Hopefully, this is going to be.
I am back again. Hello.
A little delayed, but we'll be all right. What's happening? Welcome to the stream. As you can see, we're in the process of loading up starting our newest thing. We went ahead and did. We're going to be in Are you kidding me? That just don't make. I hit the wrong. Oh my god. Well, that's brilliant. All that time I was talking to myself. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. We're back. We got things where we want them, I hope. Right now, the way things look, uh, we're back. We got everything going. I got a brand new. It's not a brand new computer for me. It actually was my mom's. You know the story. My mom's in the nursing home, but apparently the state does not want her to have a computer, so she doesn't have a computer anymore. And uh, I have a computer that I'm going to set up for her, and we're going to put it in. It's a Chromebook. She doesn't need anything more than that. She just needs to be able to have her pictures on the internet, and or pictures on her homepage for her grandchildren and stuff. And then we're gonna go from there. So that's the dealio for now. Hopefully it's gonna work out. I'm gonna work on that tonight and tomorrow after I'm done here. So I got this set up. Um, it's ready to go. Hopefully, we are on a little faster than I wanted to because I really wanted to start at 4, but got a little bit behind. But we're going to start a journeyman save. We're going to start in either England, East Timorese second division or above, Primus Division C or a professional and above, the Honari Championship, Togolese second division or above, or American soccer. It's the MLS. I don't know what happened to that because it was. There's supposed to be more than that to it, and I don't think there is. It didn't let me add anymore. So I don't know if the program, the one I was in a hurry to get in here, we have 43,280 players, people in our setup. So basically today we're going to get set up. We're going to try to get the graphics look good on here. It runs really nice. It looks really smooth. So we're good there. So we're going to start out as a journeyman. We're going to figure our way out here. It don't matter where we go. We're going to try to get a job in England, but that don't necessarily work out. Um, we're going to see what happens. And this is the usual take up. I apologize if the fan is too loud, but it is warm enough in here that I cannot have the fan on. If I don't have the fan on, it's going to kill me. And I need to figure out a better, because I don't have the real base for it because it broke when I was putting it together. So I need to figure out a way to move it over that side, but I really don't have anywhere to plug it in over on that side. So it's kind of stuck where I'm at. So we'll work this out. And eventually I'm going to move things around so that my air conditioner can run and cool the room off. And I'm going to put everything, it's just got to get redone. Yeah, it's going to get there eventually. But yeah, today is going to be a good day. I thought I was done until the first of the month. I really did. But unluckily for Mom, but she really doesn't use the computer. She's never in her room. I don't know why. She used to be on it daily. I mean, she would be on the computer every chance she got. But when she moved down to the nursing home for a little bit, she didn't have one, and she couldn't get on. And the problem is there where she's at, they don't have like. Sorry, I'm taking my shoes off. They're bothering me. She doesn't have. They don't have whole building internet. It's good in some sections where she was originally was. It was great, but they moved her to another room that it wasn't good in, and my brother bought some new extension like antennas that you could put up there to work, and They did. They worked, but not real well. So it's hit and miss. And I don't think I can connect those antennas. I know I can't connect those antennas to the computer we get. And if mine doesn't work, we're gonna get her a new one at the beginning of the month. Get her a used laptop. Like I told my dad, I said the best thing you can do with that though, if you're gonna have it, you got to put it out. You're gonna have to put it out where she can't get access to it all the time, because if she leaves it in her room, I can tell you what's gonna happen. Within a week of her having it, it's gonna fall. She's gonna drop it. It's gonna get broke. And honestly, she really doesn't need one. And I understand why the state doesn't want her to have one, because for one, she already used it once to do something she shouldn't have did. We get those. They're on Social Security, and she's in the nursing home, and we get the Part D. If you have people on Medicaid or Medicare, Medicaid. No, Medicare. If they're on Medicare, you can get a Part D, which helps you with like a certain amount, so much a month for food, utilities. It can help you get rides back and forth the thing. It can help you. It's good for that. And I still think if I was him, I would have went and said something to him. But they sent her. She called them. The biggest mistake was he left her a catalog. So she called them, and without knowing that it was really her, they sent her $200 worth of stuff that she couldn't use because she's in a nursing home. She can't have any of it. She ordered ibuprofen and different stuff like that and vitamins and stuff. She can't have them. They won't give them to her, and she didn't get that. And my dad and I went shopping at the same time, and he told me to get this stuff for him, and I went in to get it, and they only paid $2.37 of it. I was like, huh? And he finally, when he found out, he wasn't happy. But I mean, it's his own fault for leaving her a damn catalog. Boo! You gotta stop doing that stuff. But you can too many times. Like when she was living at home, she'd get these messages that she would contact people. Somebody in California said that they were a neurologist that wanted to help her with her multiple sclerosis, and she's buying hook, line, and sinker, trying to go and thinking that if she sends them money, they're going to help her and all this other shit. And it's just it's typical what happens with someone who has multiple sclerosis induced Alzheimer's, pretty much. I mean, she can. Hi, buddy, come here. Come on, get up here. Hi, big. Oh, get back up here. Come on, where you going, Mr. Midnight? Get your butt up here. Hi, buddy. How's my mid? There he is. There's my mid. That's my big baby. You probably can't see him because the camera's not down far enough. You can see his tail. He's such a turd. He's such a little monkey. Oh, my baby. This is what I usually go through when I'm loading this up. Is you have to sit and wait. But it's doing faster than it normally does. The processor doesn't always run as fast as the computer does. The computer's actually in the background. This showing this going across here. It'll probably get to about here, and it might jump in and be done already. So, but it is what it is. But yeah, we're gonna start on a Journeyman Slave. I've downloaded some other. I still have the audio. It just don't work. I'll be able to hear it, and I might see if it will come through on there again this time, because the sound on this one is crazy. I don't know why they ever made you. Well, I guess it's part of the package, but she got speakers. She didn't need them. This thing's louder than the other one I had, and it's also a little bit newer, so it does run a little bit faster. So, yay! We're gonna hopefully get this going, and we're gonna get back to streaming again. We're gonna have some fun with this. We're gonna play Football Manager, and we're gonna go, cause that's what we do. So yeah, fun. Mr. Midnight. Also, I am going to probably have I'm gonna probably do that tonight later. I need to work on getting some. I checked further into the new merchandise. It's called. I can't remember the name of it now. It's called something weird. But it's a new one that they use, and I found my clear based image thing, so I'm going to play around with some stuff there. They supposedly have 500 some items you can sell. The one from Stream Elements was a little bit behind, so it wasn't quite as good, but yeah, we're gonna have some fun with this, and we're gonna hopefully get a good team. I don't know, and there will be a billion teams. There'll probably be a billion teams available. There's all over the place because you figure you've got all the teams in all these divisions from 19 up, and if we do go to 19, it's going to be a little. I'm gonna try not to go that low because it really doesn't matter to me because I like playing in that level because you get to just roll through it. And I tried to go to 20, but I must have missed the wrong button. But yeah, we have the MLS, Timorian League. I forget what the other one is. Paraguay, and England and America, and the rest of them are all weird, randomly chosen. But we'll get this started on a real journeyman save. We'll have some fun. Come here, big boy. What you doing, mister? Mr. Midnight, what you doing, buddy? You just have to come up here, huh? You got to make sure that I am not alone. I swear last night I had one here, and I had my legs out, and I had one on the out. I had both peachy and gray laying at the end of the up thing because I had my legs curled up to me. They were both laying down there, and then Mama's was laying on this arm, and I had like six of them sitting here, and it was crazy. I ain't had that many people on this bed. The only time I had that, the last time I had them was there was this huge thunderstorm went through. Hopefully this mouse is gonna act okay. I don't have a mouse pad yet, so it's acting a little weird. But yeah, this just takes a little time because it's got to go in and set up all those leagues and competitions, whatever competitions are in there. And there are some added ones because of the group of things I added in the background. I also added trophies. There's a did I do that one? I thought I downloaded it. Hopefully I did. There's a different thing to do for like the media that you talk to. I don't know if that'll take effect in the lower leagues, but we're gonna try to see what team we can get that'll fit our profile. We're gonna have the lowest you can go, but we're gonna be badass. I've got about 8 or 9. I'm probably not going to use the same ones I was using in the other one, but I'm going to use mine that I made up. And I tested this right before I did this. I did test it with my Bishop Thorpe White Rose save. Played a game through on it, and it looked good. It looked really good. So the graphics are going to be good. It's going to play games good, so we're not going to have that. And it didn't take long either. I think that game played 3/4 of the way through in less than 20 minutes. It was the whole time my son was trying to set up. So it was about 15, 20 minutes. I played through 3/4 of it. I could have finished it off, but I was trying to get this to go. So we are going to kick some butt today. Maybe. Ooh, coffee. I think I might have made the best tasting coffee I've made in a long time today. It's Folgers caramel with it's got hi, what are you doing over there? What are you doing? He was staring at me, sitting on the couch staring at me going, what you doing, man? What you doing, homie? What's up, homie? What's up, homie? If I could move everything into that bedroom, I would move everything into that bedroom, but I don't have the wiring to do it, and I'm not calling them out here to change where it sits. But I'd have to move the whole entire thing because I don't have Wi-Fi on either of my computers, so they got to be, hooked in the other way. So they're hooked in the other way, and it is fun. It is going to be so much fun today. Oh, this coffee's almost perfect. Went up and helped my dad a little bit today, and that's when he told me they were kicking the computer out. And I was like, listen, I know you paid like $50 for it. I'll give you 50 on the first of the month. Can I get it? He says, we'll take you down and get it when you go home. I was like, go. And then I said, well, he said, I want to get her a used laptop. And I'm thinking, man, if you buy her a laptop that's got anything, I mean, it's only going to take once. She's broke this up because the front base of it, I mean, this computer's like this big. It's like this big. I swear to God, it's the smallest computer I ever saw. And I thought the one, because the other one I was using is a miniature one, but it's only about a third. It's probably like a little over half of size lengthwise, but in height-wise, it's about a quarter, 3/4. So it's a pretty decent-sized little box, but I thought it was bad, and I got into it because, like I said, I used to be a computer program. I used to be a programming student, and I used to be able to build computers for a living. I used to build them, buy the parts, put them together, and sell them. And I got into it, and like everything is like right here. You can't move anywhere. And it says, well, the hard drive it's not acknowledging the hard drive anymore. It's like, check the belts, check that everything's plugged in. I'm sitting there going, it can't unplug. There's no way to unplug it. But it's not working, so that's the first thing I'm going to do when I get the first of the month. I'm going to go and try to get my old laptop fixed because I like it, and I get that computer fixed, and I don't know why. I mean, I don't need them. I could sell them, I guess. Plus, I found something that really awesome. There was another box upstairs, and I was the other day when I lost that box. I was upstairs, and I was like, "What's on this one?" So I brought it down, plugged it in. It's got Windows XP on it, and it's got a version of Championship Manager 95, 96 on it. The only problem is I can't get it to work. It comes. I hit the button to tell you the it's not. It's like it's not a regular program. I mean, it's there, and it was brought down. It was owned. I had the disc, but it was one of those you can load the disc in and use it anymore. I can't get it to work because it won't go past the opening frame. I'm thinking, man, I want to so play this game because it's got like a whole bunch of stuff, but it's Windows XP, and I can't set it up. I don't know how I'm going to connect it to that one to get it to put stuff on this computer because I would love to take the stuff that's on it. There's Civ 2 on there, and there's that game's on there, and there's a couple other ones that my son added for me. This has been, when was Windows XP out? Windows XP was out like 1,000 years ago, late 90s, early 2000s. So I don't know how I got a Windows XP box that still lasted because I didn't have, when I went to California, I didn't have a computer. Cause when I moved to, let's see, so I got married in 88. Baby was born 88, 90, 94. Had a computer all those times. Moved to Adena, had a computer in like 90. Oh no, that was late. Yeah, we were like 2000. I moved to Adena in like 2000. And then I moved to Mansfield in 2004, and I had a computer in Mansfield until about 2008. I didn't have a computer from 2008 until I moved here. I didn't have one. I had a laptop, and the only reason I got the laptop was because I got disability. Because when you apply for it and you have a lawyer, you get set up for, they take your date that you're set up for it, and you put you through all, even if they can't deny you the first time and you reapply, they still count the original date as your original time to set up. So they had to pay me back to that. So I got like $14,000 minus the $4,000 that I paid the lawyer. But hey, they got me my employment or my disability. I probably could have got it on my own, but it just would have been a lot harder because it was great. You go to it was during COVID, during 2020. The fall of 2020, and everything was done. So I was like, how are we going to do this? So we'll do it over the phone. I'm like, okay. So they call me and we're talking, and the lawyer for me is like answering questions to the judge. And what they do in these meetings, if you know anybody that wants to get it, this is what they do. They ask you, like when you fill out the paperwork and the application, you have to tell them where you've worked over like the last 15, 20 years. It's got to go way back. And I've done, like I worked at McDonald's, I worked at a couple factories, I worked at like 2 or 3 different telemarketing places. So I've had a lot of different things you could do, but every one of them required, see, I'm not supposed to, according to my doctors, I'm not supposed to sit for more than 2 hours. And I can tell you I'm not supposed to sit for 2 hours because when I sit for longer than 2 hours, I get in a lot of pain when I get up and move around. not supposed to lift more than 25 pounds, have to have a break every 45 minutes to an hour depending on what medicines I'm taking. So finding an employer that's going to allow you to do those kind of things is very difficult. They don't want somebody, when you work for on a production line, you can't stop working every 5 minutes or 20 minutes or so to go to the bathroom. You have to sit in that position and I forgot it's got to go through the second one. Wow, that was fast as, oh my God. I've never had a computer do that. Even my laptop didn't let it go. So now they're into the coach's stuff. That didn't take long at all. Wow, that was fast. But so they had an occupational guy who the state would ask, the government would ask the questions of, and so they went through all the different stuff with my lawyer, and then they started questioning the occupational guy, and they said, okay, so is there any of the jobs that Mr. France has done in the past 15 years that he would be able to do now with the diagnosis that you have? And he says, no. Is there any jobs that he could do part-time that would be like that? And they said, no. He said, okay, so that pretty much takes care of that. It was a 15-minute meeting. It was a 15-minute court hearing. I got a phone call. They asked me questions about my stuff. He says, and the one thing you have to tell people and remember, here's the thing. When you go to see their doctor, because you do have to go see their doctor, they are going to lie to your face about everything. They're going to tell you, oh, it's cool. We're going to help you make sure you get this stuff. We're going to help you. We're going to help you. Bullshit. I went to the doctor, and he did the normal test that you would do for a physical. I can pass a physical. It's not the physical that I can pass. It's not a physical that I can't pass. It's the long-term physical stuff I can't do. And instead of saying, well, going based on that, he's like, no, I don't think it's, and they turned me down. And I was like so mad. I wanted to go find him and beat him up because it pissed me off. It was just wrong. You don't lie to somebody, say, well, we're going to help you get this, and then no, you're not getting it. So my doctor wrote I asked him, I said, can you fill this form out for me? And it was like 3 pages long. He wrote a 5-page dissertation pretty much on why I should have disability. And he let me read. I only read part of it because I didn't want to read the whole thing because it's already stuff I knew. And I was just like, wow, thanks a lot, dude. And this was the guy, I don't have that doctor anymore because this is the first doctor I have had that I go to now for 2 years or longer without him leaving. Because the very first doctor I had when I came back from California, I didn't have medical. I wasn't on Medicaid or anything yet. So I didn't have any medical. And I went to the hospital for my blood sugar being 878. So they put me in the hospital. I was there for like a week. They finally got it down to just above 200. And they sent me home and they gave me everything I needed. And he said, don't worry about it. We'll get you taken care of. And he did. 2 weeks later, he was gone. There was something happened. They had a little side clinic and there was some crap that happened there that he didn't get charged with anything, but they found that there was something was going on with the Medicaid, and he had to go to a different place. And the guy that came in after him, I walk into the hospital. I walk into my first doctor's appointment because I was having trouble once they put the fibula, or I then went back to the hospital again, and I had a doctor that I couldn't stand from before because my heart was having a problem. And this doctor did more for me. The reason I didn't like him is when my daughter was 17, she was a star volleyball player, and she was at my mom's house. We lived a little way down the road, and she was at home because I kept them going to the school she was from. And she was at my mom's house, and she hit her foot on a garbage bag that my mom had put a piece of broken glass in, and it cut her foot about, I want to say like a half an inch deep and about 2/3 of an inch wide. So it wasn't really bad. It wasn't a big deal, but she was 17. Okay, she's a minor. So we went to the emergency room, and I got there. And she hates needles. She hates that kind of stuff. She didn't like having to have that surgery. She wanted me to stay in a room with her. And this doctor came in and said, I'm not doing it if you don't leave. And I said, I'm going to tell you right now, motherfucker. I said, this is my daughter. She's 17. I'm not going anywhere. If you don't do this thing, you better get somebody in here to do this right now. I said, because I'm about this close to suing your ass. And he refused to do it. So another guy come in later. He said, what's going on in here? Here's a Indian dude, and he was my doctor most of my childhood. I said, God didn't want me to be in here, and she doesn't want me to leave. And he says, well, you do not. The doctor can demand that or ask you of that. I said, they can ask, and I can deny. I said, put the stitches in her foot, and we'll be done. And the nurse, the head nurse of the area, the ER came in, and I was not happy. I said, I get the fact that you want to have your whatever. And she's a 17-year-old girl. She's my daughter, and I'm not going nowhere. But he came in. He did a good thing for me with the heart. He got me onto some pills, but they didn't give me anything to help. They diagnosed everything. They got me back on all the pills I needed to take, but they didn't give me anything to make me have more energy, give me more energy. I'm like, okay, so I went to the doctor and explained to him what was going on, and I didn't get to see my doctor because he was the doctor I was going to because he was out of town, he was on vacation, so they had this other dude. And I walk in, I'm sitting in the office, and this dude walks in with the gauges in his ear about that big around. He got tattoo sleeves down both his arms, got a cut off muscle shirt on, and almost like a faux hawk. And I'm sitting there going, oh my God. But he listened to everything I told him. He was really awesome. He wasn't a doctor, he was a PA, but still, he was one of the best ones I ever had. And then he went to, his wife moved to another place about 45 minutes from here, and I don't drive, so I couldn't stay with him. So he left. Then they brought in there was another PA that I went to, and she was really cool. She listened to everything you always said to her. Not all doctors will do that. You know what I mean? Some doctors will do it, most won't. But she listened to everything I'd say to her. She'd worked with me. And then West Virginia University bought, their medical department bought our hospital. So, unfortunately, these people were working and they blamed them. They said that because the hospital was taken over by somebody, by them, they wanted them to use certain places to do their testing, but they were sending to the old place, and they fired them. I was so not happy. Then I got this other guy that I got in between the one I have now and her. He tried to kill me, and I wish I would have done something about it at the time. But there's a particular, I can't remember what it's called. I got the bottle in my medicine place out in the kitchen that I went to the doctor because I'd slid down a hill and landed square on my back, and that's probably what started this whole mess with my shoulder. But I was having a little bit of pain in my and it felt like for years I felt like my entire right side, the rib cage and everything, has been loose. I went to him. He said, you just jarred it. There's nothing we could do. It's not a big deal. Give you these pain pills. Go home and take them. So I got them. Kind of mad at the pharmacist too, because he should have known better. But he gave me these pills, and I never take a pill without looking it up online. I always look up what it can do, and if it's bad for people with heart condition. And the pain pill that he gave me is the number one worst pain pill you can give to a heart victim. Someone has heart disease. Oh, I was furious. So I went out and I started seeing this other lady as my. Oh wow, there we go. Oh no, it won't let me. I gotta do a new one. Oh jeez, here we go. We're gonna do this randomly, maybe. Okay, I gotta do the name. Let's do my name, Eric. Oh, Sutton. No, we ain't doing that. Screw it. I know on my other. This is what's crazy. I'm not from Washington D.C. Gosh dang it. I am from Raleigh. I spelled it wrong. Oh, come on. No. There we go. That's where we're from. We are April 28th. April. Oh, no, I'm not that damn old. Come on, man. I'm going to go with 88. We'll go with 80. The reason is because Manchester. Yeah, okay. Look at all these Suttons that are in here. Look at that. Them are all Sutton teams you can choose. You can't get them all in the game, but those are all Sutton teams that are in here to play. Yes, we would choose Sutton United. Don't teach me none of this crap because I already know how to do it. We're going to go to the body. We're going to randomize the body. No, I don't like that one. Don't like that one. Don't like that one. Don't like that one. I am not that white. I do not look like a damn. That one will do, I guess. Oh, just hurt me. How is that right? How is that right? Give me gray hair. What the hell is up with that shit? Oh yeah, we're going with the brew. Jeez, man, come on, give me a break here. We'll go to attire. We're gonna randomize. Oh, I like that. Look at me looking all sharp and ready to go. I don't like the yellow glasses. We'll go with those. I can change them later. All right, so we are randomly going to choose. We randomly normally choose a team, and if I do it like I normally do, what I do when I'm setting one up is I'll pick a team for me 57 times. I do it my age, and whatever the 57th team is, that's the one I'll choose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The problem with that is it's only be in at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 57th team would have been Birmingham United, which is in the Midland Football League. I just want to see what they look like. They're not bad. They play in Valak Stadium. They are from Greenwich, England. They are a amateur team, which is what I'm going to end up with anyway. But that's not how we're doing this. We're doing this way. We're going to go right up here to this little start unemployed button. Now, the reason you do that, the way I set this up is there's 3 ways you can set this up. You can set this up like the original game. You can set it up in the current world, which will set everything up to the beginning of everything for the first year will be predetermined. You can do other transactions, but the transactions sometimes, but the other transactions for the major teams are already set. So, for example, let's say Mbappe. He was at PSG and he ends up going to Barcelona. It will happen if that happened in that first year. It'll happen on the date that it happened. It won't stay. You can't really do anything about that. The way I set it up is on my world. Basically, you start in the area, like I picked England to be the opening place, so it starts in England. Problem with that is, if you choose a team, you're only going to get a team from England. But when you start unemployed, this is what happens. No. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And we're going to be we do youth management really good. Why? Because I can. That's going to be the setup. I don't want to see that again. I'm going to go through all those damn things again. Unemployed. We're going to do this way. We're going to be the... No. The journeyman save. So what we'll do is we'll keep... We're going to keep the journeyman save. When we pick a team, we will rename the save that team. And we'll keep the journeyman team the way it is. So what happens is now I have all this shit that I can go through. I do my inbox. It's going to tell me it did that. Okay. Job center. We'll go to job center. And this is you got to change this before you do anything. This is every job available everywhere. For example, Bowers and Pitsia it needs a general manager. Unfortunately, you can't have those jobs. So you click on that. You click on head coach. Now you can even do it'll let you scope it out to wherever you want to have them. You can have I can get rid of all the national teams if I want to. I don't want to have international play in there, so I can get rid of that. I can get rid of international youth, and that will take out all those extra jobs that are in there that I don't want to apply for. I can go to East Timor, England, Paraguay, Solomon Islands, Togo, or the U.S. I can choose for any of those. I can get rid of the ones I don't want to be. So I don't really want to be in the U.S. right now because I don't know why it's up with that, but we're going to go there. So this is the jobs that are open. So now you can do something that takes hours and hours and hours to do if you want to. You can hit this little bar down here that says apply all. You have to it'll send an application to every one of them. And then you're going to get every one of them come back and say to you, Either you got it or you're going to wait, or they accepted it, or they didn't accept it, or they didn't accept, or accept. So there are probably, I don't even know, there could be 1,000 jobs here. Okay? And we could apply to every single one of them we want to. Guess what we ain't doing? We is not doing that. And since I want to be in England, I'm going to narrow this down to England. So I don't have to put any of these other ones in right now. I want to start in England because that's the easiest place to start for me. The other ones I don't know anything about. The only one I know about is the U.S., and it's the worst one you can go to. So you've got all these teams in all these leagues, down to the 19th league. Okay? So I can... Oh, I might want to... No. Come back. God damn it. Didn't do that. I forgot you got to do that. I'm sitting here trying to scroll this thing down. Okay. So I can apply to all these jobs if I want to. But I can also apply to the only ones that I know I'm going to get. Because there's no sense, because you have to go through this for every team you apply for. It's not just an application you have to put in. Okay? You also have to go through an interview if you get a chance at it. And then they're going to say, hey. So you got to be careful with what team you're picking, because if you got a team that you want to be, and you know, with me, I want to be one of the Sutton teams most likely, because that's just what I want to do. So I'm going to sit up here real close so I can see what I'm doing. We got 100% from the Leicestershire County League Division 2. Let's see. We got any here we want? Oldham. Now, you can, like I said, you can choose any team you want to choose. That's the... Oh, you know what? I'm going to make this a little bit easier for me, because it is hard for me to see this. Let's see. Where are we at here? No. We advanced. Don't play that game with me. I don't want most common. I want general. I am going to set this up to 110. Confirm. This will change the skin, and it's going to make it a little bit bigger, because I do have trouble seeing this screen from back here. It'll be a little bit bigger. May not be. Oh, look at that. I can actually read them. Hey, check it out. I can almost read them from back there. I don't know. I don't know who to choose. Who should I choose? Hey, look, FC Sutton Dynamo. I'll apply for them. Don't show me that. No. God dang it. Don't show it again. And yes, I want to apply. That's the only thing that's bad about this. When you apply for a job, it jumps you all the way back to the top. All the way back to the top. All the way back to the top. Now see, one of the things I like to do, and I always want to do, is I want to take, like, for example, there's this team, Newcastle Westgate. I'm going to apply for this job because it's Newcastle. There is a team in Newcastle, in the main, like, you know, in the up in the there's Newcastle, which is in the Premier League. So one of the challenges is to take one of the teams that have like the same name as a team from there and challenge them to see how long it takes you to get up there. And you can go with Exeter United. Oh, this is going to bug the shit out of me again. You know what? I got to set this like this. Hopefully it still comes through, because putting them on my ears is driving me nuts. I can't do that. The other ways you can do this is you can go ahead and just the hell with it and just go forward, and then there'll be people who will ask you for a job or they want to hire you, but it doesn't always necessarily come out Moses Gate. There you go. Stoke United. And then, then you have the fun part, because when people start to get back to you, they'll give you, when you get when you do end up getting a thing, you might get a couple at a time. They'll ask you to an interview, and then you have to figure out which one you really want, because especially when you're amateur, they're not going to give you credit. They're not going to give you they're probably not going to give you a salary. So, Ebbsfleet Town. I will apply for that job too. Oh, here we go, all the way back up the top. bitch. Okay, I've applied for 3. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to go through this for a little while and see what happens. I've received 3. Now this, like I said, this can take a bit because come here, hey baby, what's the matter? What's the matter? What you hiding from? You ain't gotta hide from her. She's just a goober. But you depending, because like this will show you the teams that are available up here in the corner. So I don't remember Greenville being in Major League Soccer. I guess they must be. We're looking for. Nope, but it's got to be down here somewhere because Mr. Midnight just come waltzing through here upset. Probably out there or in there. I don't know. Either way. So this is what we're going to do for a little bit. It usually doesn't take very long, and I've never gone past the end of the first month to get a job. So, it's one of those things where you get, but like, oh, maybe there is extra ones there, and I just didn't see. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I can find out real simple and easy. I can go back in here. I'm not going to do that. I'm not worried about it. But, depending on, like I said, it can take a bit to get a job, and you can do that. But, man, there's, like, when you go back through the information and you go over here and you've got 85 things to go through and you have to look at every one of them, you can't skip them, it becomes a major pain in the behind. You got on top, did he? Nutcase, come on, mamas. Come here. How's the mamas? How's the mamas? I am back and having fun, yay! But you're a naughty kitty. You're a naughty kitty. How'd you get out?
I went to the bathroom.
I said they're eventually gonna have to be let to run regardless because they're gonna start being upset being in the room all the time. And the only ones that really still give trouble are the babies, Midnight Shadow, and Lucky, and Mama. Huh?
Midnight keeps kissing me.
Well, it's because he's upset. You've upset the balance in the house. There's a 6-cat house. This is a 7-cat house, 6-cat house. Now there's 2 more. And even though they don't see them all the time, they know they're here. They can smell them. Dude, what a work! I just punched myself in the eye. That was good. Wow. Shut up and get out of here. It's your fault. Bad luck. Bad luck. Bad luck. Always keen to take that job anywhere else. Hopefully it won't take, but because I've seen people who get. See, the thing is, what happens is, once you get a job, you be that job, and you go through, and you be, like on my Bishop Thorpe White Rose thing that I can actually play on this now because it's on this computer too. I actually won the treble in the last thing, and we move up, and then people were starting to cause issues. But we're now level 9. We're moving up in the thing. They actually gave me like a $36,000. The $36,000 I could spend on transfers, which is new because I've never had a transfer budget below level 7, which is awesome. But we've been winning deep into the tournaments, and our first one we got kicked out this year was in the second qualifying round was the Isuzu FA Trophy, and it wasn't good because it was a team in our division that is second place, and we've missed 2 games already, so we're going to be in one of those again because we got 5 competitions to do. But normally when you get these jobs, there is Milwaukee. Okay, maybe I did get one right and it just didn't show up that way. I don't know. San Diego's in there. Shoot, I could apply for San Diego, but I won't. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff you have to just kind of wait because you can't do anything. And what really sucks is if you get to a team, they'll already have played a couple of they'll probably, by the time you get to them, they probably will have already played a couple of how'd I do with my coffee? Over here. Of friendlies. And you really don't have an opportunity to set up the friendlies like you want to. I downloaded a couple of I have three Zealand tactics, 3 or 4 Omega Luke, 2 Omega Dad, and I've got a couple from some other folks. Clates has got a Clates one, I believe, and then there's Robbo, and I forget who the other one is. But I've got all these different things that I downloaded into there. So we've got extra stuff to do. I only have the Zealand and the Clates things downloaded, but I've got as much as I could get this morning and get it done. See, you can apply for like Gateshead. I could apply for them, but the chances of getting that gig up there because they're in the Vanarama National League, so they're like in the lowest amateur you can be in. And the chance of getting that job having the things that I do, not good. Juniper. And this is what you do. You sit here and watch the screen rotate while you try to get a job. And go, I want a job. Give me a job. Don't think, no, there won't be any like, I didn't bring them over. Like in my other league that I'm playing offline, I actually have players that are the old, like Beckham and those guys and Shearer and all those that come in at youth, 15-year-olds, and they go in and you can bring them in. You can't get them when you're in that lower level. I mean, no chance in hell. But yeah, no, they're nice to have in there because you can watch them grow, and then you figure out if they're 15 when you start and you take 10 years to get to the top, into the position where you can start to hire them. There's only 25. And even then, that's just about to the start of their prime. So chances of doing that are slim and none. But, it's kind of fun that way. And then you've got, like, whole leagues that they have that you can do that you can download that have the league set up where all the great players are put on their original teams, that they're all available in there, and you can play them through that way. And it's just like, oh, my God. There's ways you can set up so that you can start with an empty data. Well, you can start with an empty database, which will give you nothing but new gens. You can actually start this game with new gens if you don't like what you do is you take a very obscure league like the Timor League. You pick that Timor League, one of the fastest ones you can go through. You simulate it all the way through. Then at the end of that simulation, you add in like the English League and all those others, and they won't have. I still don't understand how that works because, for example, okay, I started this league with those groups. I got Timor and Paraguay and all those ones in there, right? In England, America. If I add the Mexican League next year, the Mexican League will be 1 year in, and it shouldn't give you new gens only because those players are in this league. They just aren't accessible to, you can't watch them. I can't go to Scotland and look at the Scotland teams, and I can go look at them, but I can't keep track of them because it doesn't have them in there. So I don't understand how they tell you can do that and it works. I don't get that. It doesn't make any sense to me that in a regular league you set up, they're there, but when you do it, if you do it that way, they're not. It just doesn't make any sense. And people do that because they don't like to have. Yo, what's up, Medlin? How you doing? Yeah, I just wasn't paying attention. Sorry about that. I don't see it like I should. How you doing today? Hope you're having a great day. We are cruising now. We're in a we're just trying to do a journeyman save that may pan out or may not. And it's just weird because you don't get a lot of competition for the downtime, the teams at the bottom. You will have a little bit of stuff, but not much. So you kind of gotta just wait, and you just go with it, and then they'll come up with a job, and they'll either tell you that they gave you the job or they'll give you an interview. And usually you can get, anytime you get an interview, you usually get, what the hell are you doing? Okay. All right, what do we got here? Nothing. We got 2 new ones. Pop them up, baby. Let's go. Come on. Yeah. Fetres, fired by River Plate in Paraguay. Oh, lordy. All right, we're going to pick, we're going to go with, all right, we'll go with Milway Rise as 1. We're going to go way down the list down here, and we're going to go to Reading City to apply for that job. So we're going to apply to 2 more jobs, just so we get some balls rolling here. We got 5 jobs we've applied for. And they'll always ask you, one of the first questions they ask you is, why are you going for so many jobs? Just cruising along, putting my claims in, man. Never mind that while I'm here. I'm just here, baby. Don't you do that nowhere. Don't you go over there. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that. We gave you a follow there, Medlin. Hope that's okay. Cool. Sorry I missed you a minute ago, but you know that happens. It is getting used to. What's this say here? Donovan makes sensational return to San Diego. Guess I wouldn't have got that job. Ebbsfleet Town offered me a job. Look at that. Got my first job interview. Now, you can go through these and read all these if you want to, but I'm doing the same thing. It always does. This is the first question. You're up for a few jobs right now. Are you hedging your bets? I'm just trying to forge ahead with my career. Then they're going to ask you if you're okay with this. Heck yeah, I'm okay about that. Do you want, if you hire you have behaved top half finish, is that fair? Do you think you could do even better? Getting the job, I hope to do slightly better than expected. I think that's a fair target. I always tell them it's a fair target. And then that's quick because normally they don't go that fast. Now I'm not going to get any of those. And that was that was one of the fastest, least questions I've ever had on that. So we've got, I could apply for this job. I could apply for this job. I'm going to apply for them. I probably won't go worry about them because most of the, I did that one. Most of these are going to be like English ones. They're going to be other ones too. And they're not going to be great. Hopefully, the Ebbsfleet Town will be there in about the next time it comes up. It won't be very long and they'll be hiring me. And these are the kind of things about this is fun because you don't have to be on, you don't have to, you can start these jobs out like this really fun because they're awesome to do because yes, you're going to be in a lower team and you're going to be way down and you're going to struggle and it's going to be, you'll get the players you want, but you also lose players you want to keep because that's what happens in lower league management. And we were starting that with Sutton Select and, oh my God, I haven't played that game in ages and sent me a thing. Forge of Empires. I should play that on here. There's a couple things I might actually be playing on here that are sponsored things because, you know, got to make the money where you can. So I can go to Tambo. No, that was very quick. I just did that and they automatically gave me a job interview. Wow. This was one of those other questions. Is he worried about not being able to speak the language? I'm confident I can learn the language quickly. There you go. I like saying that one. Soccer transcends language. Trying to forge ahead with my career. Yeah, we'll take that one. And we'll do this one. Now, listen, got the budget. Now, this is kind of wild. They're actually going to give me a $9,000 budget. Woohoo! Oh, shit. Yeah, they're a team with some budget, so that's kind of scary. I don't even know where they're at. Tembo FC is in the... Where are they? Tongolese. Ooh, we're going to Tongo, possibly. Reading City offered... See, these are the ones I just applied to, and they're already giving me a job interview. Wow, that's kind of cool. So we're going to Reading. We're going to take... Now, normally what I'll do is I would say... I would take the very first one that comes along. But if you get one of these that you really want to do... Now, can you imagine... I've done like 4 of these here in a minute. And I already know what the buttons I'm going to push are for most of it. You just want to tell them, you know, you'll get what you're going to do. And you'd be surprised. As long as you keep everything positive, they can come up with something stupid. Now, see, this is the job I really want just because. But I don't like their colors. That was a quick one, too. But see, there, like I said, I'm going to get... go to Tambo. Now, with a journeyman save, The object of the game is not to worry about being at that job. You may not be at that job. You might start at one of these lower level ones and win. Like if you win promotion 2 years in a row and there's a cup you might win, or you get some other stuff, those places that are lower leagues can lead to higher league places in a heartbeat. The object is to try to get that team. Now for me, that's different. I don't play the same way. For me, if I take Sutton Dynamo, I'm going to try to get them to the Premier League. That's just what I do. If I get fired, I'll look for another job. But if I can keep that job and move them up, I would prefer to do that, because I like to build teams up to the same as I was going to do before, just with a different team. So, and what I'm going to do this time, as soon as I'm done with this, every day or every other day, I'm going to Barwell gave me an interview, so I've done about 6 of these. They're all pretty much the same. Ooh, this one wants to know if I'm going to do anything with the staff. Can't do anything about it beforehand. I hate when they ask that question. How am I supposed to know if I'm going to need to change the staff, if I've never looked at the staff, and I'm not going to take time to look at the staff before I think I got the job? There's another one. Here we go. We got like 7 or 8 of these now. We're just cruising. Okay, so he says that the last one wasn't there very long, which they give you that too. I mean, they throw in different questions most of the time, but most of the time it's the same answers. Just say the same thing. And I mean, once in a while they'll hold you to that promise. Where if you say, like, okay, for example, if I say, okay, so like if I come up to a question that says, will you work within this budget? Sometimes if you say I don't need a budget, basically means that if I try to get once I get that job, and I don't ever answer those from the people. If I get that job, I could be in trouble if I try to hire other people, because I told them I didn't want a budget to do that. I've only had that happen to me once, and it kind of sucks, because when it happens, you can't do anything unless they when you do when I first start with a team, I usually don't go into the staff and start putting out applications until they've gone through the first staff meeting, because normally they will tell you who they would like you to get. Now, if the staff if they don't meet certain criteria that you want, you don't have to hire them. You don't have to even interview them. Then once the first meeting's over and I've got those in place, then I'll go and see what's left, and I will say, okay, well, they usually do a chief scout, a chief medical, and a whatever else. There's usually 3. I can't remember what the other one is, but head of youth development or something weird like that. So once you do that, you don't have to worry about it. You get it, you go, and you're happy. But if you don't get what you want, you can always put it in the application. Now, when you're down in the lower leagues, where I plan to possibly be, it can be not a lot of fun, because I've actually had applications run 4 or 5 months and nobody wants to join you, and they don't make recommendations because it's not they don't get paid. They're doing it to get jump started on. It's like anything else. When you go to a low level team like that, okay, you don't go there expecting to create, like most people go there, they're going to do it to build their CV up and go from there. And that's fine and all, but that's not how I do things. I want to do, like I said, I want to take my team up. But if you get for example, if you're struggling if you've been in the 10th level for 5 seasons and you just can't get the players to come and help you go through this that you want to go through. Whoa. Hold the phone. Oh, see, now they're not offering me any money, and they're actually offering me $4.7K per year. Do I want to go to the Tongolese? I'm gonna go with Ebbs Fleet. Because it's an English team, and we're gonna take this job. We're gonna go to Ebbs Fleet. We're now Ebbs Fleet. Woohoo! We are the Ebbs Fleet town manager. Go us! Now, I have no ties to Ebbs Fleet, man. I have no ties to Ebbs Fleet, none whatsoever. I've been a victim to them a few times. They've beaten me in leagues before. Not real keen on their color, They're picked to be second, which is good. They have no general manager, which is not necessarily good. They're a year old. Okay, so they are in. I don't even know where they're at yet. We'll figure it out in a minute. Hopefully, we got some players. Show me some players. If we have no players, we're in serious trouble. Oh, you do not did this to me. I did it to myself. I guarantee I ain't got a freaking player on this team, and I know why. And I'm gonna have to start over again. No. This is not gonna be cool. I did the one. I'm not gonna start over again, but I did the one thing you cannot do in this game. No wonder we don't have any staff. I forgot to put the little thing that says, add players and staff to. Oh shit. Well, what good's it gonna do me to have a damn thing if I ain't got any players? Tell me. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Well, we're starting out fresh and new, baby. I'm gonna tell you what. We're only going with one right now because that's all we're gonna need. Hello. Oh, this is not good. Yeah, I have no players. I may have some under 21 guys, but I doubt it. Yeah, we have no. Oh, we got. You see, now these guys are all blacked out, which means that they're nobodies. They won't be able to. I mean, I can hire them all. I can go through here and say, I can't even do that. It won't even let me do that. Oh, we in trouble. Oh, boy, we in trouble. Oh, this is going to be fun. Well, then, I probably don't have a set piece. Yep, I ain't got none of that. Well, you know what? That was interesting. Can't believe I did that. Well, you know what? It didn't take that long to do. And I'm doing it again because I can't do it this way. You can't do this because you got no players. And you have I've got 10 players, and they're not even players. So, me being the bonehead that I am, we're going to start a new game. Y'all can watch this happen now. You can see. All right, one thing I got to take off of here because it always comes up as an error, and I don't need it, and it don't matter. Where are you? For whatever reason, when they put the Algerian League in this, they screwed it up. So this is how you set a game up. So we're going to your career. We're going to choose game mode. I can choose any one of these I want. I'm going with your world because it basically gives you nothing set up. You do whatever. I'm choosing teams over again too. I'm choosing the leagues over again. Now see, this is crazy because I've never seen this happen before. I've never had a computer that could do this. I could even add some extra teams if I wanted to. Ooh, ooh, this is sad. This is bad. This is not good. It's good for me. If I spend 4 hours setting this game up, who cares? It's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? It's fun. I look at it this way. All these buttons down here, that one right there. Add players to playable teams is the one button you must hit. Because if you don't, you get a team with nothing. And there's no way in hell I can get a team together in the month that I have to play. It don't go that fast. Because you can I mean, I could do that, but I'm not going to do it. But I know Ebbsfleet Town is an open team, so in order to do that, I might just get a team. I might just take them in the first place. I don't remember what league they were in. Yeah, that was good. Wow, I can't believe I did that. Why? Why did you do that, you fool? I cannot believe. Now, see, other people will do where they only take the 5 major leagues in Europe and add those to start with, and don't add the rest of it. I mean, you can do that too because you got but like I said, I try to add a team from every region because the way Football Manager works, to my understanding, is if I don't put because there's a way you can set it off so that it doesn't even affect what you do. It does different players from every area, and you can do that if you want. I'm bonehead me. Hang on, be right back. My son over here telling me I'm not streaming when I knew I was. No, I went through this. Dude, this is how much difference it is. Come here for a second. Okay, so this area right here tells you like how you play and how many players are in it. When I added all the players, see, they only got Major League Soccer, and it don't make any sense. Watch this, okay? So if I come down here to the 20th league, I only took it down to 3.5. That should have taken it down to half a star.
Oh no.
Oh yes, that's great, dude, because that means I can add I can add a lot more in. All right, let me see which leagues I had. I had the. Oh, let's see. My son tells me that the. All right, so we got 47 teams. I'm just gonna go and we're gonna do it this way and see what happens. Dude. These are all the major teams that are in the world. I don't know why these guys are on there like this, but I'm going to see what happens when I add these all in, because I can do this for a minute and experiment it. Turkey and Caicos. Do we have any down here? We do not. So we're going to take, I know it was Tongolese. No, that was not it. It was Solomon Islands. I don't know. And we're going to add one from England, or from Ireland. We're going to go with South Africa, because it's like one of the biggest ones. And let's see what happens. Now we're down to a star, but we only have 67,000 people in there. So let's see what happens if we do this, and if we can get away with this like this. Oh my God, this will be huge. I will have never had this many players on available. Well, I mean, I've had over 100,000, but I've never had this many leagues available ever. And see, I can take that back up by taking that back up from 20. It don't have to be 20. Holy crap, dude. I've got a ton of leagues. I've got all the major leagues added in England and one from every other place, and it has only got the 67,000, and it's a 1-star. All right, well, there we go. Now we're down to half a star. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the English League back up to 15. That didn't really do anything, but we're still at 75,000. And that's a small database. If I went to a large database, it'd go to 80 and take us down to that. We're going to 80. It will be okay. Now we're going to start out over again. I might take Ebb Sleep. I don't know. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna take a quick break. I will be right back. Be right back. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Be right back. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh my God. I might go a little longer than I thought this time, but it is what. I sit down and it starts to move. Oh Lord, have mercy. I think we'll just go with Ebb Fleet Town. We can find them. That sucks, though. I was talking to my son in the kitchen for a minute. And I'm like, we're trying to figure out what's the problem with the sound, because he said that my mouse clicks on the game when I click the mouse like that are coming through. Now I don't know if that's because it's coming through on the microphone or if it's coming through on the game itself. I don't know. I have never done. I don't know enough about the sound and crap. I'm learning. It's one of those things where I've never done. Like, I've always streamed using my PlayStation 4. So, oh my God, this is crazy. I can go to any country in Europe, the major five: England, Ireland, Italy, Spain, Portugal, France, Germany. Any of those games are on there, and I can't believe that I got that with that little. I mean, that's normally what it is, but it's like really, really slow. It don't look like it's going to be that way this time, so that's a good thing. Like I said, I want to get eventually when I get to that point. I am going to take, and I'm going to get a system that's brand spanking new that will let me just go to town. I'm gonna load every single one of them bastards, and we're gonna have a real world. We're at the real world. But yeah, when you don't do that, like I could have took that team, and we could have put people in there. And we could have went down through and got those players. The problem with that is, like I said, you might end up with 4 players, regular players, which is no big deal because it'll let you fill it in. But the chances of getting your team together, and then you're playing through with other teams that have the same situation. None of the lower league teams, especially after the Vanarama more south. Once you get past that, there's not going to be any teams with any players in it. So any team that you play, you're going to kill if I get one striker, one midfielder, one defender, and a goalkeeper. I could take that team through and win most games because they're not going to have anybody that can stop you, because they're going to be in the same situation you're in until they sign people, and these people don't sign immediately. I don't think I've ever seen somebody sign in less than 5 days that I can remember. I probably have, but I don't remember it being that way. And it sucks because this way I know I'm getting my players. I'm not getting real players. I'm getting these are all new gens. But the fun part is it doesn't matter. They're still going to have the same players out there available. It's still going to get you where you need to go. So, it's one of those things where it's fun and you learn as you go. I can't believe I did that, though. I got to remember to keep that stupid. I guarantee that one's locked on my other computer, because I never turn that off, and I usually put on the one that says disable player attribute masking, because I don't know. I know enough about if you're generally there's so much information on players out there that it's hard not to know how good they are. But it's fun to keep it off too, because then you have to learn. You got to learn through scouting. And if you don't do scouting, then you're not going to figure out what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do, and it gets to be a lot of fun. So we go with it. It's going to be what it is. It was a mistake. I made it. Yeah, I wasted half an hour or whatever. How much time did I waste? About 45 minutes probably. Go me. I'm a genius. This is what my luck has been. Now something else will happen now. But this is the thing about this game. I could have put when you do like a journeyman save, you're going to only load about 5 leagues in the places you want to be. So like if I was doing it for the fun of it or doing it for a YouTube video, I would start with England, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and I would start with those 5 leagues. Load in level 20 and the lowest I can go on the other ones and go from there. And then that journeyman would take me through the United Kingdom. Then once I got however to the top of that I wanted to get there, whether it's taking a team from the lower level of Wales all the way up to the Champions League, which would be one of the hardest ones to do, then I could add somewhere like Spain or Portugal or Italy or France or America or Colombia. And that's the nice thing about this is once I complete one, I can then put it into watch mode, which will then take it out of playability, which means it will take some of the processing out of it. That will allow me to then move it up, and I can then go to add another place. once you get into the game, you can add them, take them out. Now you can't just as soon as I go on here, like once I start this, if I wanted to add, let's say I want to add one of the teams south of the border, an African team, or I already get South Africa. But if I go to a different team, it may not load right away because of the time when it starts. Now the American League on this is not going to. I think they edited it. I'm pretty sure they edited it because I know that there's a lot more teams there than what is showing that shouldn't be showing. Greenville should not be in the. They must have done something, but I didn't get the whole file or whatever. Didn't come on right because I looked and it wasn't. It didn't change it. So that means that somewhere in there something's missing. No big deal. No big deal. I don't care. I'll figure it out. I'll get the other one sometime and use it. But if I go to like Colombia, someplace that's their year doesn't start till like March, they won't be available until March 2024. Most of the time. In the leagues that I'm in now, that's how it normally works. You add a team in, it'll say you can't add them until. If I want to remove a team, say I play through and I'm done with England, and I want to remove that team. If I don't do it before their beginning of their new season, I can't get that to non-playable until the next season. It'll play all the way through. It's just the way their database is set up. It is how it goes. It ain't that big a deal. I don't really mind because I'm not going to I'm going to have enough open that I can play. Because I could have started this just in England, did the English league up to the top, then went to another league and did it that way. It would run so fast. But I don't want to do that because I want to have these places. If you only set up one league and you don't put it anywhere else, eventually down the road, the players are going to run out. It's proven. People have done it. They've played the game enough that they know that this happens. I can't find my hat. I've lost my hat. My hair's a mess. I need to finish cutting it because it's like I got wings right here, which is whatever. I don't care. But eventually down the road, the players won't be replaced. They won't come back in. When you have these leagues lit up all the way down, those will be generated. New players will get generated to all those leagues. That's why when I say, there's the ability if you want to pay like the 10,000. It was 1,500, 5,000, and 10,000. 1,500 will get you a team, any random team. You can be a player on any random team. It'll be determined by random. It would just be whatever team, and we'll keep an eye on you. It'll be in one of the active leagues, so we can keep an eye on you. But it won't be anything more than that. Your name, pretty much, and some upgrades, but that's basically going to be it. 5,000 will get you on whatever team you want to be on. It'll get you some better upgrades. 10,000 will put you on my team as a. We'll edit you so that you are between 170 and 200, or between 100 and 200 is what's going to. Something will make you a wonder kid. Or you can be on any team you want to be. I guess it doesn't matter. But those are the bits that we're going to do on this, and we're going to play it that way, and we're going to see what happens. It doesn't really make any matter to me because I'm just like, what we do is what we do. We'll have fun with it. I am going to create a character on my team when the first thing in December comes along. We're going to put not December, but in April, which we just got the other one. When they come in, I'm probably going to become a goalkeeper if we have any good ones that come in or decent ones. But the lower the league is, the less the player is. And we have to do adjustments, which we'll do. It ain't no big deal. We'll randomize everything. So it's going to be fun. I love doing this kind of stuff because it's like one of the reasons why I add in all the older, like superstars from the past. They have a couple different files you can do. The one I use on my other game is they were all put in at age 15 and go from there. You can get the greats of footy or whatever. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but it puts them in, and based on when they were in, depends on how old they are in the game. So people from the 50s and 60s would be like 20 and 24. People from the 70s and 80s would be 19 to 21, and then everybody else would be like in the early 80s, like from then would be like 17 to or 15 to 20, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but it's cool because they're in there and they're set to go, and you can bring them in and you can play with them. The one I use is because it puts everybody in at 15, so they're all going to have. And people do. I mean, you can go back and Mr. Tiny and I can't remember the other guy's name. There's a guy named Mr. Tiny. He does databases. They do all these the shoot. I just had his name again. But there's one guy that does a lot of them, and they what they'll do is they'll go back and they'll do like you've got ones from like 13-14 season. You can go back to the early 2000s, the nine, all the way back to like I think one's 85, 86. With the newer ones, they actually there's a file you can add to your game that will bring in the players when they came in on the teams they came in as new gens. So Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, David Beckham, everybody. Lamine Yamal is going to be in there. All these Mbappe, Wirtz from the German striker. They're all going to come in when they would have come in on the team they came in on. So that's kind of cool as hell. It's a lot of work. I have looked into trying to, because I want to build there are 678 registered teams, give or take 50, because a lot of those teams that are registered on there are teams that are the second team of like the MLS team. So you really wouldn't want to use those. But there are like 620 at least teams in America that can be, and that includes some older teams that are gone, that can be used in a pyramid. And I want to take the English League and bring it to America and then put the American teams in it and have the same type of thing. But for me, like I said, I used to be really good at doing computer stuff, but now I'm just like, it frustrates me too fast because my mind runs so much faster than what I can make it do, and it frustrates me because it doesn't always work the way I want it to, and it just does, and it's one of those things about being old. So I'm not doing it. I want to. I really think it would be cool. It's not hard to do from what I've been told, but then again, I don't have the time and patience to do it anymore. So anybody out there that does these, if you want to make an English pyramid in the American League, let me know, because all you got to do is set it up and put the teams in, and I'll change the names and everything to the league names and stuff. Just set that sucker up and we're good to go, because that would be so cool. I'm hoping that the USL, when they do this I think it's 27, they're going to have pro rel in the USL, and I hope it does, because I'm sorry, I do not like the Major League Soccer way of doing things. It's weird because nobody owns any of no team owns their players. The players are owned by the league, and the league can put them anywhere they want to, and I think that is the dumb. You got to pay $5 million to own a team in the MSL. You have to have a team, a stadium, everything set up like that, and you got to pay $5 million, and then you don't even own the players. Like Messi was playing for Inter Miami. At the end of last season, they could have moved him to New York, to the New York FC, and there's nothing that Miami could have done about it. And I think that's the dumbest thing I ever heard of. And the problem is that MLS is like, see, what people don't understand, if you're not from America, you don't understand American sports, how they work. There is no promotion relegation in any sport in America. None. Baseball has the most comparable to the English or international football setups. Baseball has the closest thing to it, because you have Major League, then you have AAA, Single A, Double A, AAA, Double A, Single A. Then you've got like 4 or 5 different Single A teams, and you've got all these different like Fall League, and they've got like the most in there, but they don't change places. They stay in that league. So Major League teams are always going to be in Major League teams. Pro NFL teams are always going to be in NFL in their same divisions. Hockey, basketball, all the same. MLS, same thing. The problem is to convince these guys who paid. I kind of get it, but it's just like saying to the owner of the I don't even know who it is, of Manchester City, that you've paid billions you have a $1 billion team, but you lost enough that you're getting relegated next year. In that setup, it's cool. You try to do that to an American team, they're going to sit there and go, I don't think so. That's not going to happen. And that's what the biggest problem is, because our system is not set up to have that kind of system. They set a league up, and it's set up, and they go. And then it works like for NFL, because you don't have any. You couldn't do that with college teams, because college are not professional. And the difference, people don't realize the difference between playing high school football to college is like going up 4 times. But from college to the pros is like going up 1,000 times. Because you might be the biggest, baddest running back in college, and you go to the NFL and the linebackers are faster than you got a problem. And most of them are, and they don't get it. So we don't really have that kind of thing in America. We don't have a setup where you're going to have relegation if you lose and promotion. One of the nice things about the baseball game that I like so well, out of park baseball, you can actually set it up so you have that. You can put all the teams, all the major league teams in one thing, and you do AAA, single A, double A, all the way down as far as you want, and you can actually do that. You have to do the relegation and promotion yourself, but you can still do it because you can do that. That's the one thing about that is cool. One thing about this is cool is you can set that up in there. You can change the thing. The only problem I have with this game is it is so hard to do that because it's very, to me, and I'm 57 and I've been doing games for decades. To me, the way that you do the whole setup for creating leagues in this game and the different things is just way too much. They need to simplify. I wish there was a way to get an editor that simplifies that down, or they put it into the game itself, which would be really cool because that's what I mean. Like out of the park baseball, I can set the leagues up any way I want to. They come set up in the American football, American baseball, in the Major League Baseball setup. But you can go in and you can change. You can take. I can go to different years and get every Pirate team from the beginning of history to the end of history and put them all in one league and have them all play each other. I can take all the greatest teams of all time. I could take the 79, 80 Pirates, the 32 or the 27 Yankees, the 1960 Dodgers. I can take them all and put them all in a game and let them play against each other. That's one of the things that is cool. To do that in this game, to take a team and to change it into a super league would be very hard to do. And when you're like in that, I'm only playing. I don't have the other teams. Like I can set that league up where I have all those teams in there, and that's the only league that plays. There are no other leagues out there to play in because baseball. There's baseball in Vietnam. There's baseball in Korea, Japan, Canada. There's baseball everywhere. South America. There's baseball everywhere. Puerto Rico. Dominican Republic, all those places have baseball, but none of them are affiliated with anybody else. So it's like baseball's like that when it comes to worldwide playing, but it's nowhere near as much as it is with football. Because in football, you've got teams like I said in England. You can go to any town in England. Almost every town in England's got some kind of football team. Whether it be an amateur club for people to come and play on Saturdays and Sundays to have fun, or it's a semi-pro team that plays in the Vanarama National League South, or moving up, or a team that's trying to come up. And honestly, when you go look at these teams, if you go look up a team and see what their value is, most of these teams are extremely cheap. They're worth only like $500-$600. But you have to be able to have all the other stuff to go with it. So, it's like one of those things where I would love to see that here. There's high schools in America have soccer teams. Colleges have soccer teams. And then you have the MLS. There are other leagues like the USL. And so there's a women's national soccer league. And there's some other stuff like that. But it's not – you can't go – like I can't go 10 miles down the road to the next town and find a league that's playing. Or a team that plays in the league. I can go to the next place and find a high school that plays, or a small college that plays, but that's it. It's not like in England where you can go to a town and there's 50 soccer fields around, or football fields around, and there's tons of people playing on it, which is sad because that would, to me, would be amazing. I love football. I love it better. I like it better. The only thing I watch more than footy is I watch my Steelers, and that's just because I'm a Steeler fan. I gave up on baseball because baseball changed the rules and became stupid. I gave up on the NBA because LeBron James ruined the game and made the game a game of crybabies and whiners. I don't watch hockey because I'm just not into hockey. I don't have good eyesight, so I can't watch the puck very much, and it just doesn't appeal to me. I haven't watched NASCAR since Dale Earnhardt Jr. died, or Dale Earnhardt died. I saw that wreck happen, and I've never watched it since then. I used to watch golf because golf can be fun to watch. It's this kind of the same strategic. It kind of reminds me a lot of footy, but the same strategery, the same strategy that you have to put into golf, you put into soccer. It's about, whereas soccer is working against another team, golf's like working against yourself. I don't watch my grandson bowls. I like to watch him bowl, but he's just now graduating, so he won't be bowling anywhere important anytime soon, other than men's leagues that he can get into to try to become a professional. But I don't watch. I don't watch much else because I don't want to. It's just they just became, baseball. It used to be fun to watch, and I used to sit there and I would score on a notepad. I would score the games I listened to. I would write down and score each inning the way you do on a regular thing. And I used to do that for the hell of it because I loved baseball. And then they started changing the rules, and they changed names, and they started doing all this other crap. And I just got to the point where I'm like, nah. Baseball is the American League and the National League. You should never play interleague games until the World Series. That was what made baseball what it was. But again, they added new teams and made it so that they had to have an odd number of teams in one or this, and it didn't work out right. So then they made it so that each league plays each other all the time. So there's no mystery to it anymore. NFL teams, they play each other in their own league. They've got conferences. You set up in conferences. You have my teams in the AFC North. You have the AFC Central, the AFC South, and the AFC East. It's just like you have in the NFC. You only play one other NFC team, one other league. Like, for example, when the NFC North and the AFC North play each other, the AFC North teams will not play any other NFC teams at all until the Super Bowl. They won't play them at all in the playoffs. They won't play them at all the rest of the season. You usually get one team. So even in the other AFC leagues, you play each team. You have 18 games. So you play each team in your division twice. So that's 6 games. Then you play every team in the other divisions. All right, we are rolling. You play the same teams in. I'm going to go with Ebbsfleet if I can find them. I just don't remember where they were. And I don't have any way to search for them, I don't think. Ow, 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 ow. Oh, you know what? I can do that. How that thought. Let's look them up. Ebbsfleet Town FC. That's United. I want Town. Hello? Did I not say Town? There's a difference. I hate when it does that. Rochester and District. They're in Rochester and District League according to this. So we'll look up the Rochester and we'll go back out. I don't think that's the one they're in, but we're going to look it up. I want to know what level. I don't want to know that. I want to know what level. Wow. That's crazy. They have 90 teams in this division. I just gotta look for it, that's all. Ha! Did I find it? I did not. I found the upper one. So that was whatever level that was. Shoot. Oh no, I don't think I can get them now. Alright, we're going to do it the other way. I'm just going to come down here and I'm going to find my team I want to be. Nope. Pick a team for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. Hale Green United. All right, let's see where we are here. Yep, I couldn't be who I wanted to be. Hall Green United. I don't Western Yorkshire League. Well, let's take a look. They're finished. They're projected to finish fourth. I kind of like their outfit. They're poor capacity of 600 people, perfect condition. They're supposed to pick fourth. They are an amateur team. They were founded 1 year before. 1 year after I was born. We're gonna go with them. Nope, didn't want to do that. Dang it. No, we ain't doing that again either. Screw that. That's just not cool. I have to do it this way. Yeah. Come on already. Just do this so I can get out of here. I hate when I do stupid shit like that. Alright, so we're going to be Hall Green United. Why are they called Hall Green United? I have no idea because they don't have green outfits. That makes perfect sense to me. We'll be Hall Green. I wanted to do it the other way, but now we got every player except for these two. We need to fill them in. And I don't know how these guys will come out. I don't know how good they are. They want to be automatic, so we're League 11, which is about where we were going to start anyway with League 12, so that's not bad. So we're going to go up here to League 11. Press conference. Yes, we want to have a press conference. Why do I have nothing else? I don't understand. Alright, we're going to start that one. I'm going to get rid of the other one eventually. Interesting. So we are now Hall Green. Whoop-de freaking doodles. Let's do this, boys. It's gonna be a kind of a journeyman because it's gonna be what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with Hall Green and we're gonna see where we go. And we'll journeyman into these other places if we want to. If we can. Yes, I know. You want me to gain automatic promotion from level 10 this year. Okay. Tactical direction. Now, since we got some players, we might well do these. I think we're going to go with. This is not Omega Luke. I put that in there and shouldn't have. Where am I at? There he is. We want that one. That is the team that we're going to use for that one. Being that I don't think we have a level 8. We don't have an under 18s thing right now. We will use that for everybody. Why? Oh shit! I ain't got no. Oh, this is gonna suck. I already know what the problem is here. Where's my staff? I have no staff. That's crazy. Well, we're gonna see. Yeah. Well, that was fun. I can't understand why I didn't have staff, but it should have. Oh well. We can deal without staff. Staff is not a problem. Staff you can fill in and you get whatever you get. But like I said, I don't have a set piece guy. We're gonna go with player marking, near post, counterattack, near post, stay high, and we're gonna end swing it. There you go. And can I give it away? No, not yet, because I don't have anybody there. Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna give it to them. They ain't gonna have nobody. Yeah, I can't delegate it to nobody yet. So that's awesome. Oh yeah, we're rolling now. All right, let's go. We're gonna do this and see. We're gonna get to the first staff meeting and see what we get out of it. That was crazy. I can't believe I did that again. Jeez, man. I gotta remember how to do that. I didn't hit a button. That's all. I'd rather have players than no staff. I mean, that's all there is to it. You can get staff. Staff will come in. I can actually go and sign people to the thing if I want to. But I'm not going to do that. I mean, I got no freaking staff. Oh man, that's great. No assistant coach. This might be a problem. Maybe not. I don't know. We shall see. All these people were trained at the thing. How am I getting all this information? I have no idea because they're doing it. There ain't nothing else to do. We got to wait for the first staff meeting. Can't have a staff meeting without staff. Yeah, I can't even go watch the game. I can't do this. Is terrible. I've never started out like this. This is great. Ooh, I should go back to the other one. Just start from there and go for it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to the Ipswich town. We're going to see about getting that one going again. I didn't save it, but I should have. But I'm gonna start from there and go. This thing never lets me out. See, that's the problem with this. When you have that just shows me there's way too many people in there. There are too many things in there. So we're gonna load a game. Yes, we will save that one just because I want to. Uh-oh. That version 2's got to be the right one because I'm sorry if this is too loud because I don't have this. This is like driving me crazy. I don't think that's gonna be a better because now I can't see. Bonehead. Oi. That's just driving me nuts. Alright, this one is shoot. I don't know which one is which. That one. I'm gonna have to fix that. We'll get the same thing going. Ain't no big deal. I just have to do it without players. I'm just gonna have to go out and just grab every player I can find. Try to bring them in. We don't have any staff either, so that's not. Oh, what a day! What a day! This is gonna be so much fun. Oh, you know what? I ain't even got that far yet, did I? Nope. Okay. No, I'm gonna get off of here for a little while. I'm gonna go ahead and set up a game, and I'll be back in a little bit once I get the game set up the way I want it, because this is not working out right. Yeah, we're back, but we're not. I'll talk to you guys in a few. Hopefully everybody's cool. Have a great rest of your day. I'll be back in probably about an hour. Peace.